So it has been ordered by the WBA for Kubrat Pulev to defend his WBA regular heavyweight title against Murat Gassiev. Now, this is a fight which is a lot more evenly booked than a potential Pulev v Moses fight, which was talked about previously and was on the tables literally right until this moment when this fight got ordered by the WBA. Like, this is sort of potential people think might have been Moses' next fight would have been against Pulev, but instead we're getting Pulev versus Gassiev. Now, like I said, this is a fight that's a lot more evenly booked where, if we're being honest with ourselves, it's both guys who are past their primes, right? I think Kubrat Pulev is further removed from his prime than Gassiev. That being said, I've not got records and resumes lined up here, but off the vibes alone, it feels like Gassiev only a few years ago was in his prime, whereas Pulev, it felt like a very long time ago when he got, packed by Anthony Joshua. When Anthony Joshua put a beating on him, he was pretty done after that. He's pretty much done after that. Like, that was his big money fight, and he's just sticking around now for smaller paychecks, and maybe one day he could, get a big one. Do you know what I mean? Like that, but he's not really in it. And if we're being honest, he's never going to be, never again in his career will he be one of the top guys in the division or even be a threat to those top guys in the division, in my opinion. I think he's too old, too slow, and too hittable at this point in his career. Especially when he's mixing it, if he was to mix it up against, the younger guys in this heavyweight division, the FAA Jagbers, literally the Moses Itamas, the Fabio Wardleys, these guys would bang out Pulev now. Like, that's my point, I guess. Right? Gassiev, I think, would have a better chance against those guys, but again, even him, he's slower than what he used to be. He not wasted his prime. I wouldn't say wasted his prime, but probably wasted his money-making years at cruiserweight, right? Because he was very good. He was right at the top at cruiserweight. But, he just wasn't... By the time he went up to heavyweight, it felt like he had a bit too many miles on the clock, even though I wouldn't even describe Gassiev as a fighter who's particularly got loads of miles on the clock. But I think he's got less miles than Pulev. But, he was an undefeated world champion, Gassiev at cruiserweight. I think he was unified. I think he held 2 belts, undefeated at cruiserweight. He then fought Usyk the same way Pulev fought AJ. He fought Usyk, the big name in the division at the time for him. And he lost. And then after that, that was sort of it for him. Gassiev's never really mixed it at world level again since then. Of course, has now moved up to heavyweight. But again, you're looking at a Gassiev now who's older, a bit slower, do you know what I mean, than the Gassiev we had at cruiserweight, which was literally one of the best guys in the division. Whereas now, I don't think Gassiev's in any top 10s. I mean, he might be in he must be in the WBA top 10, for example, but he's not in the ring top 10 at heavyweight. I'd be very shocked if he is. I'm not going to check that right this second, but I'm sure he's not. Right? But yeah, I can list 10. I can list 10 heavyweights that are better than Gassiev. I can probably list 20. That's what I'm saying. Gassiev isn't a top 20 fighter. And I don't think he ever really has been at heavyweight, which is a shame because if we saw a prime Gassiev, and that's sort of been my point, if we could see a prime Gassiev at heavyweight, then honestly, you're looking at a guy who's capable of getting in those top 10s. Capable of being that guy who's 1 or 2 fights, 1 or 2 wins away from a world title shot. Gassiev was definitely capable of that, but is he still now, is the real question. I don't think he is. That being said, I don't think Pulev's world level like that. You know what I mean? So it's almost a question of who's less removed from their prime and who's less removed will win the fight. And in my opinion, Gassiev is less removed from his prime than Pulev. But yeah, I'd be super curious to know what you guys think of this fight. Stylistically, what do you think of each guy's styles and how it matches up? I'll probably do a more in-depth breakdown of the fight nearer the fight, because this is a fight I actually do really like. There's 2 heavyweights I'm big fans of. But yeah, so let's say, like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.